Peace, family. 19 Keys tapping in with you. Today, I'm here to watch this video live of DJ Academics and Mr. Ye, formerly known as Mr. Kanye West. Now, this one is an interesting one. I haven't gotten to the video. I've seen a couple of clips floating around on social media, and I wanted to take a look at it. And I said, maybe let me do this a little differently. Let me watch this live with the people, right? So I decided to go ahead and watch it live with you all right now. And we're going to dig into this particular episode to see if it's worth anything. And then as they go, I'll give my take and my thoughts on what I think about this particular episode or interview rather. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, and we're about to get started in just a second, man. Shout out to all my peoples on YouTube. Shout out to all my people on Twitter. Let me pull up the video now for you all. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna click on this. And here's the video. Maybe I'll do a side by side. Might just do me a nice little side-by-side comparison. All right, depending on how this video goes, I might move that over a little bit. Let's see. Let's see, I can customize the radiance. All right, let's get started in watching some of this video and see if it's worth anything. What this crazy man talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I think I'm gonna just do it like this for now. I think that's easier. Okay, and I'm about to press play on it now that I got y'all here. Where y'all signing in from? Where is y'all tuning in from right now is what I kind of want to know at the same time.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, brother?
Good, chilling.
That's crazy. Sure, man. Kept it light. Kept it light, man. How's everything with you, brother?
Man, good. To a place of refuge, right quick.
The legend, man. How do you stay out here, dog?
We came in with the Sean John.
In my office. Chilling.
I thought we were gonna do it at the warehouse.
I know, right? But I just decided I was supposed to leave yesterday, but then I was
I haven't watched it all yet, so I don't know where the fluff is at.
gonna do the interview with you yesterday, and
Yeah.
I was doing it earlier, and blah blah.
Nah, I seen the online shit. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, so I just got like a little bit exhausted from that bullshit. It was just.
I get it.
Shit out the way.
One thing about Kanye West, you watching Kanye West, he'll rock with you.
This guy, man.
Kanye West is going to go where the cloud is at.
All right. Okay. All right. I think my job is decent. Right?
Let's fast forward a little bit on that.
I like it. A little bit simple.
Like it.
Okay, you can get a good angle if I'm sitting here. Wherever you want. You can sit right here. Yeah. What do you think? Okay. So it's like magnetic. So it goes in here.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
This
I
is definitely
think I fell.
I ain't
Oh, yeah.
dropped the R word, but this is ridiculous.
I see you the bust down chain too, man.
Really? Took that Nazi chain and made it bust, but I wanted to wear it with this, but the part comes down a little bit too low.
Let me ask y'all, do y'all
Like it need to sit right there?
This makes any sense?
I got a white leather one and fall right in perfect place.
Really?
In a second.
Yeah. You got this made specifically.
Absolutely. The leather, the nigga KKK shit. Hold on a second. I think the best place for the photo, can we move that to the side? Damn, can't move this shit up. It'll be like here, or...
Bro, you're just a designer at heart, man. Like,
I need to get a very, like if you had that.
Now, I know that they said Um, oh, this is crazy. Kanye West is an enigma. Oh man, let me skip. Let me hold my thoughts for a second. We just gonna get into this a little more.
Sure.
If we had like two of them, right, it would probably work. If you're looking for that type of look.
I should just stand. The best thing would be right here. And then you put your chair right there. Take my Timbs.
You think?
So like put this there.
Let me
Yeah, like if you.
because this is some more fluff.
Let me get this out the way.
Yeah, it's perfect. So you take that out of the way. So we just had like this frame. They would put me in the hospital for my outfit today, but I thought they would like put me in a hospital for my outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they would put me in the hospital for my outfit. So,
so even yesterday, I'm watching the video, and I'm like, who do you think? Like someone knocks on the door. That's what the tweet said or the video said.
Yeah.
Who do you think that is, and what do you think? Obviously, you're saying things that how you feel at the moment,
Yeah.
and some people might feel like you're ruffling feathers. But who do you think would care that much that they would want to threaten your life? Because you do feel like your life is a little bit threatened, right?
Yeah, I think I definitely when I start bossing up for my kids, I definitely feel. One second, let me just. Yeah, I definitely feel that I was pushing
I don't know why he
life to the limits by pushing into the truth. Like we know that wasn't surprising when I put that image up of my youngest daughter.
Yeah.
That wasn't like the most surprising idea, but it'd be things that happen that we know happen that we just can't do anything about. But then they push whatever agendas like on the media that they want us to focus on. And that's something where, you know, I don't know who the people are, you know, so it would sound like real conspiracy theory. I just know that the kid from Lincoln Park got killed for expressing some of these same truths. And for me, just as a father, at a certain point, it's not about, it never was that, but when you're a celebrity, it starts to be about more of what fame is going to get you, what clout is going to get you, what money is going to get you over, is this the right thing for your children? And, you know, I'm willing to die for my children or to allow them to be in this kind of environment that I know they're in. And what I noticed on the comments, they always used to try to, like, for the past 10 years, they used to try to write me off. Oh, he's so crazy, he's so crazy. I'm seeing the comments is now like 60, 70% like, yo, he's just telling you exactly what's going on. He's just the only one that's in a position to be able to do it because I don't have any brand sponsorships. It's like I'm past cancel. So these people out here, they toying, they playing. It's interesting. The swastika, I want to just, you know, I know we have a little bit of time. I want to tell you, by doing it, it's sort of like a magnet where people get so mad and they start exposing themselves because the Jews, they move in the tunnels. They move where you can't see them. They're an invisible hand, and they'll get like, what they'll do is they'll threaten people. Oh, we're going to take your tours away. We're going to drop your orders. You got to say this. Like, how many people put, I stand with my Jewish people, you know, 3 years ago. And what I did is I stood on it this time. I never backed down. That's my whole thing. That's why I was mad about removing, that somebody taught me into removing that Jay-Z tweet, because it was just like, nah, the whole idea is no matter what, I'm not going to back down. So by doing the swastika chain, it then ruffle some feathers. And then I really saw the comparison of me and Puff with the Diageo and the Adidas situation. Yeah. Regardless, if they could have locked me up for taxes and that, they wasn't playing fair. Like, okay, cool, fair deal. You did good, we did good. It's like, no, you leaving with nothing. We have to destroy you. Even though they came and used us to tap into the culture and make money off of black people and people who enjoy black culture. If we said like, oh, you doing this wrong. You stealing my style. You taking all of my employees. You taking Jerry Lorenzo and making him do my same designs as he's the agreeable Kamala nigga. You know, they started lowering the budget for Puff. So I related to Puff, and then they pulled out a video with him and Cassie from 10 years ago. And then it made everybody be like, oh, you know, well, Puff's a woman beater, so he's the devil. He needs to be in jail, right? Meanwhile, I don't know somebody who hasn't gotten into an altercation with a girl at one point, and including Cardi. So now Cardi's like at the...
Yeah, well, it's funny you saying that because I know DJ Akademiks got into an altercation with some ladies, and he got a case going on. But it seems like, you know, Kanye West ain't saying nothing profound here. It's what has been the conversation around Kanye West, right? Been the same conversation around Puff. And by the way, a lot of people think that Puff is going to be getting out soon. right? Let me know in the comments if you think he gonna be making bail soon. You understand me? Word around the water cooler is he got a couple aces up his sleeve. But I also truly believe that Kanye West, he is somebody who tries to figure out how to crash forward, right? Consistently crash forward. And the reason I say that is because when he feel like his back is against the wall and there's nothing else to do, he ready to blow everything up. The difference is Kanye West is a, decade millionaire. You understand me? He has enough money to continue to move forward with things, right? If the average person was to do this, their life would blow up, right? Because the people abandon you. Nobody wants to be around you. Your name is then tarnished in the public, right? You have enemies that are so powerful that your voice doesn't matter anymore. You can't get no more money. You can't get no more deals. But we now live in a world where it is very hard to counsel people because of the internet. Not only the internet, you got blockchain, you got direct to customer resources and networks that you can utilize. And now that you have a broadcast channel, it makes it harder for you to be counseled because it sets precedents, right? And when I say set precedents, it's like in a court case, right? When lawyers argue, they say Roe versus Wade. They're basically saying that when something is set precedents, you can utilize what was done before, right, in your favor. So saying that, well, because it was argued before and this person won, or because a person was punished for this thing, right? Because it's considered to be justice, then it has to be fair. If it has to happen to one person, right, then the next person should be able to utilize it as well. So if you cancel Kanye off Shopify, what's the ramifications are we saying about Shopify, right? That's kind of the logic of him being able to get his store back. Or if you cut him off of Twitter, are we saying then that there's a limit to what the idea of free speech is, right? Now, I think Kanye West don't think everything through. I think he has voices around him that gives him perspectives, opinions, ideas, and he moves forward with that. The only thing about what Kanye West is, he has enough money to actually build real things of real value that are more consequential. The thing about our billionaires, let's say, people that are very famous and very rich and very powerful and very influential, their voice, we don't need their voices to be crash out. We need them to get behind the voices, right? We need them to fund revolutions and ideas and build things with the resources and funding. So when I look at a Kanye West, he represents somebody who is not all the way clear-minded, right? And when you're not clear-minded and you have any mental issues or illnesses that's going on, then you can't really produce and manifest things. You can't get to a full thought because you'll be bipolar or emotionally unstable. So one day you'll feel like doing it, but the next day you don't, right? So therefore, Kanye West he has started way more things than he's finished. I know people that worked on projects and he'd get huge teams, right? And they'd start on something that'd be amazing if it was saw through. These people will work on it. Sometimes you get contractors that get unpaid, right? Or sometimes people get paid and then nothing happens because he had canceled a project. Kanye West has the ability to build his own parallel cities and worlds and damn near get people to work for free from him. But because he does have mental instability that's going on, right? He doesn't have the ability to see things all the way through. So he's doing what he can do in these limited clips and he's crashing forward. Let's get back into this interview.
He the number one guy at Rolling Loud, and Puff is in jail. And then now you got two women beaters and you got two supposed pedophiles. Watch this. You got three. Watch this. Cardi, Puffy, Kendrick, the two pedophiles. Drake, R. Kelly, or supposed. Puffy and...
Hold on, he just called. What did he say? I did hear Cardi got a weird case.
Two women beaters and you got two supposed pedophiles. Watch this.
Oh, supposed, he said.
You got three. Watch this. Cardi, Puffy, Kendrick, the two pedophiles. Drake, R. Kelly, or supposed. Puffy and R. Kelly are in jail with Drake, 5 years from now, or however long, when they feel like they really want to get that boy up out here, they're going to play the Kendrick song. So that's how far they going. The Kendrick mix with the Universal, all that takedown of Drake reminds me of the No Diddy campaign for Diddy. Like, they going all out. But see, I know how to go all out, and I'm not even in a position. I just work on behalf of God. Like, how this shit comes together, the timing, everything is like a God sense. I had a couple things I want to say. So I pushed into the Puff song. I put my daughter on the song. The timing was so perfect. She went in, rapped it. She said, I'm getting sleepy. So she said, okay, good night. And that was the end. And she was giving me like the Lil Kim on the old Bad Boy record. So that's why we put that. And the idea was family. It's so many people who dad actually killed somebody, and they would do anything to have their dad home. The two twins.
Now, he didn't call Kendrick a pedophile. He at first he said there was 2 women beaters, and then he replaced that and said actually there's 3, and he put Kendrick in that category based on the accusations that people have said about him, which I believe have been dispelled. You feel me? But I thought he had said that as well, but that's not what he was saying. He was saying that Drake and Kelly and Puff was in the pedophile, or Cardi was in that other category. But what he's talking about right here is this idea that they're orchestrating, right, behind the scenes propaganda that they can utilize when they want to dismantle you completely and justify it, right, to get this crowd against you. So he's saying that he believed that Kendrick Lamar was utilized to help orchestrate this ultimate agenda to create a narrative whenever they want to fully remove a large artist like Drake. And he's saying that the thing on Puff was utilized by the same sort of agenda and tactics. And he's saying basically, I know this because if I wanted to do the same thing, I could. And he's also saying this is a way that I manipulate attention as well.
And Christian lost, their mama died and their daddy in jail. And everybody running around listening to murder music, right? But being like, Puff is the enemy. And when I see all these videos, all tapes, everything, Puff more like my twin. Me and him got into it because it's just like I'm telling these top 5 niggas, it's like, yo, you know, actually we probably could be friends, but nigga, you ain't bringing none of that shit over here, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't as crazy as me. And that's why I asked Puff back in the days. It's like, man, how you just made it through all this shit and that shit? He's like, I'm the craziest one, nigga. It's like, it's like, so once them people, we family, we can get into it. But they started taking that shit too far. I started taking it personal. At a certain point, with Puff, like all of the media, because I wake up every day, whether I did something positive, negative, somebody got something negative to say. You know what I'm saying? So I relate to the idea of being torn down by the media. You know what I'm saying? But keep going on. I know, because we got a short amount of time, I just want to hit you with that.
No, I mean, So like the whole thing about, and even when there's an outfit, the swastika, I think some people like, they feel like they're spreading hate and encouraging violence versus people.
The thing that I forgot to say was, when my daughter was put on song, that's when I realized that I didn't own their name and likeness. So watch this. All the brands that I've made, I don't get the name and likeness ownership, or at least 50-50 with my kids. So how's it joint custody? My kids are celebrities, and I don't have to say so. So watch this one. So this white woman and this white family had the control of these highly influential black kids that are half the children of Ye. And that's just in everybody's face. And they was playing in my face like that. You know, I try to go to.
This is where Kanye West always loses the black community, because he tries to play the black card, but no man can play the black card that knowingly chooses what he calls white family. If you choose the white family, then it's your family, B. You can't sleep with a white woman and then say this white woman is making decisions over my black child. That's a mother, and that's their family at this point. Right? Because you created that situation, and as men, we take accountability. You feel me? It is what it is. Like, bro, you loved it when it was good. You don't like it now that it's not. You feel me? Like you walking around parading it as the thickest white woman that you can find. You feel me? Now you want everybody to be on your side. It don't work that way, which is why you don't get empathy and sympathy. You know what I'm saying?
Champagne and keep it calm, and my dad would call me and say, hey, don't go in on that woman because it's going to affect the children. But now it's like, it's war. Y'all niggas, they think they too powerful. The Jews think they too powerful. They think they could get Cardi to play with me. They think they too powerful. They think they could get Kim to play with me. The Jews and the whites above the Jews. You get what I'm saying? My life is on this shit now. These are my children. Cardi, you could leave me off the album and do that faggot ass trap shit if you want. But now you mention my daughter, like the whole plan is that y'all gonna pull my kids into y'all, whatever the word is, Illuminati system, and I don't have no say so on my kids, nigga. And anybody close, whether it's the Jews, whether it's Cardi, anybody within my reach, I'm doing everything legally in my power, everything of my fucking mastermind. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm about to tweet this shit. I want Kendrick to always remember that Jay-Z tweet before he ever crossed the line.
It's funny because he's saying he's doing everything in his power. Again, it's a crash forward because Kanye doesn't know his power, not his real power. Kanye don't know his power at all. At listening to him right now, he don't know his power. He came here to this interview with preconceived ideas that he want to get across to DJ Akademiks, who said that he had to heavily edit this episode. So it's an hour long, which the first like 10 minutes was just all fluff, right? And I'm not sure how much was cut out. But Kanye West don't know his real power. Because Kanye West's power is not in this antic shit that he doing. That don't matter to us. You know what I mean? Kanye West's power is in his constructive and positive creative flow that he has. Kanye don't have to do no antics to be the top, to be Ye, to get people to be on his side. He actually gets way more people to be on his side. You feel me? To where he becomes such a powerful voice and positive fixture and disruptive fixture, you feel me, that the whole culture is on his side and you wouldn't let nobody touch you. The thing about it is that he go get these white supremacist influencers and these other busters and suckers, you feel me, and he prop and position them up and he start crashing out, and he's then on a podcast with DJ Akademiks dressed like a Black Ku Klux Klan member talking about how he's doing everything in his power to try to get custody of his children, now realizing that this is the furthest thing from actually having the ability, right, to sway public opinion, to have the leverage to get his children. The strategy is ass backwards. The strategy is just ass backwards.
Okay.
Nobody that worked for none of these fucking labels wanted with the king. I am the Don. Lucien, don't send none of your motherfucking slaves. Don't send nobody because they getting their head torn off. Quick. We ain't got no problem. Ain't no motherfuckers. I'm the only king. I'm the only nigga that'll go up against these niggas. I'm the only nigga that survived through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, pussy ass, faggot ass, pink polo ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never killed nobody ass nigga. Fuck all you niggas. All you street niggas, all you rap niggas, just any nigga that ever said something about my fucking hat. None of these niggas, Jay-Z, Beyonce, you ain't helped me when I fucking was having problems with my kids. You could have used your influence. No, your influence is for politics. Your influence is how you could use a nigga you never wanted to sign anyway, that Dame signed. You ain't show up to my first fucking wedding. You ain't my family. I always wanted some kind of family. Never had family out here. So what the fuck? And then they take my actual blood family from me in my face. All right, so go ahead. I just had to get that stream of content. Thank you very much, sir.
Of course. I mean, I'm intrigued by
DJ Akademiks ain't asked a question. I just had to get that off real quick. Oh man, he's self-aware.
I think people look at some of the stuff you say on face value. I see how, you know, there's three themes that come across with everything with you.
Yeah.
It's betrayal, it's being used, and your ideas, whether it's what you say or what you create, being censored. And I think every time I see it, no matter what you do, it falls under one of those. Like betrayal, there's a shit ton of people. Yeah. I mean, like even the J, you don't regret the tweet, because if he said something about your daughter, you'd probably be upset, right?
He should be upset. You know, I ask people, like if I know somebody that's
This is the premium Garmin duffel 45-liter by Half Day. It's a transforming 2-in-1 travel duffel bag for long weekends, weddings, and business trips.
Woke. Like I knew this girl that only like hangs around really super woke, like some of like fat black girl models, just like her friends type shit. And I was like, yo, you gotta tell me, you know what tweets y'all didn't like.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me what hurts so I could do it more.
Why?
Because that's when we're weakening the enemy. We breaking them down, all this. I'm a fat bitch on the runway. I'm so powerful. No, you're not. You're causing death. That shit is unhealthy. Let's do statistics on black obesity rates. Everything that's being pushed in the media.
See, that right there shows that Kanye West knows what he's doing. His goal, he's taking information to figure out what is the most inciting, right? What's the most violent thing that he can say? What's the most triggering thing that he can possibly say, right? And this is what he doubles down on. I talked about this in my speech, Neo Mentality, when we had the interview with Jaylen Brown, and we talked about the meme lords, right? Digital algorithm lords. You understand me? Learning how to create polarizing, rage-bait content to continue to double down, which guarantees a flow of traffic, because when people are angry, right, and people are mad at you, they engage with it more and more and more. So he's trying to figure out those pain points, those trigger points. So the question becomes is, what is the end goal of it? Is it just to stir chaos, right? Is just keep people engaged in a spiral? It's a bit sadist in a way, right? Or psychopathic, if you will. He's not wrong about everything as far as the culture. We know that. I'm 19 Keys. It is what it is. But he's wrong in his approach because it's not effective, right? When you do something, your question becomes, is it effective? You got a child that's overweight, right? And you say, man, why do your fat ass keep sitting on the couch, man? I'm tired of seeing your fat ass. You need to get up. Then you go talk to them about some statistics and say, man, look, man, 50% of America is obese. I'm tired of seeing your fat ass on the couch. Is that what's going to make them create a positive change? And if they do make a positive change, will they have a positive mindset, the way they see themselves? No. We know that actual positive reinforcement is actually more powerful than negative reinforcement in the mind. Negative reinforcement doesn't actually make you want to go do things, right? Inspiration and motivation does not come from negativity. It comes from positive affirmation, right? So the reality of it is that I get what he's doing, but effective in what is the end goal, right? My brother Roz is asking, I see somebody, my brother Roz is saying something about, hold on, we'll pull you in. I want to see what you said. Let me see what you said. I'm just here to build. Effective is relative. He is disrupting and shaking up the place. But is he disrupting? What is he disrupting? That's the question. Maybe. Depends on what is being disrupted exactly. Is it going to create a younger generation that will follow Kanye West? Is he influential to the younger generation that's listening? That would make it disruptive. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we going to see a change in regime towards the music? Again, I like the things that he exposed, but we've watched Kanye West for over a decade now. I'm just meaning like the past decade. We don't see the productivity of it. The disruption is one thing. That's crash out, right? What's the productivity? Again, if you was worth 400 million, $1 billion, whatever it is, what will you be doing with your day and your time? What would you be building? What would you be creating? Right? So he's talking about what he is against, but we're not hearing what he's for. Right? We're hearing what he doesn't want, but I'm not hearing, right, what is his will producing? So he's a very powerful individual, but he's so powerful that Kanye West can say less and make more of an impact. But now people are writing him off when he says a lot of things that could be truthful, because now they can just say he's crazy. And because he's went over the ledge, and you need resources, right? You need people that are on your side to back up these things, to validate it. Otherwise, you just become a meme. And once you become a meme, nobody's taking you serious. But we are living in the meme times. So we'll see how it plays out, because we're living in an era of memeism. You know what I'm saying? To where people don't pay attention to long form truth and really in-depth truth. And the only thing that shocked people's system is a quick meme of consciousness, a meme of propaganda.
It's about decentralizing and tearing down communities. Even I low-key feel like the ICE is like basically like doing to the Latin communities what they did to the black communities. It's everything to decentralize, remove the fathers. Also, I had this theory that I just wanted to say. Wait a second. I have another theory. It's about football and music industry, but I want you to get that that Jay-Z answer. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody's like, what about the fact that everybody knows what I'm saying is true related to that photo that I put up with my youngest daughter, right? But everything is like, but you offended Jay-Z. Fuck him. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this. Let's take it to money. How much money do you think Jay-Z make off my catalog versus what I make off it? Next subject.
Uh-oh. Well, some people might feel like, like even with the situation with kids, I hear you speak about it a lot. Like nobody really spoke on your behalf. Yeah. But even when you speak about Kim, people might be like, well, you picked her. Like you put yourself in that.
Absolutely, I did. That was my fault.
Maybe they're saying that you don't take accountability.
No, that was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan. But my issue with all these faggot ass celebrity niggas is, if you ain't gonna speak on my behalf of the situation I'm in right now with my children or where I was when I asked for the help years ago, don't talk about my political views. Plus your T. Like, nigga, I bled for you. If nigga asks you about me, say we ain't speaking on Ye. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how y'all looking at me like a Vic, because you a street nigga. But it ain't that time no more. I'm the lawyer off Carlito's way. I'm the boss. You niggas is broke. You niggas is not masterminds. And you niggas should never have ever gone. Look at John Legend, old sissy ass. I ain't never do nothing wrong to that nigga. I changed generations of his life. And they got all that faggot ass hot sweater nigga come up and just, this nigga wears sweaters in motherfucking August and Barbados. John Legend, mashed potato. So, no, he said he smelled like mashed potatoes. I don't know where I got this from.
He used to be your guy though. Like, so all these relationships, repairable, like even the Pusha, the Jay, the like, there's a long list. Stephen Carter, like I feel like, I know you say you want to hurt them, but you might overstep the line where maybe at a point Jay's like, man, I'm cool. Like I think after that tweet, he definitely, and I don't know if these are relationships that's salvageable.
Why would I want to salvage relationships with
a lot of people?
Why would I want to salvage relationships with broke ass slaves and slave herders? Like everybody, so this is what I'm saying. The Jay-Z thing leads me to the NFL. Why do they want a Drake to be out of there? Why do they want somebody with no hits like Kendrick to do the Super Bowl, right? This is a theory I had. The people that run the Super Bowl had to come to people who run the music industry and be like, you guys, you're letting your niggers get out of hand. Oh my God, that Kanye. Somebody take a knee for it. He's out of there. See, that's the problem. You let them last too long. In our league, they're for 2 years, 3 years, they're out of there. We deal with, we got Tom Brady, he's great. We made Mahomes throw that fucking Super Bowl, so Tom could get his 7th ring and shit. But like, you guys at the music industry, what you got to do is start getting smaller artists and put them on. We're going to set you up. We're going to take Rolling Loud. We're going to connect them with Live Nation. And then we're going to get a bunch of small artists, and then, you'll be able to make your money off of that. And then, if we take, Cardi's doing good, we'll make them take the blue pill. We'll have them rap about skims. And then mention Northwest. We love Northwest. All right, Kanye, don't worry about him. He's a lunatic. Don't worry about him. Does any of that sound right or sound accurate to you?
Yeah, if you look, it does seem like, I don't know if it's that control, but you could see. Wait
a second. You don't think you can see my eyes to the mask right there? You don't know if it's that control. Meaning, but
I'm the person who, again, I'm not like normie me, and where like I'm the guy on Twitter, but I'm like, wait.
It's funny because as I'm looking at this, I realize that this episode is going to be forever, right? Like, this interaction of Kanye West wearing this outfit and DJ Akademiks looking at him, standing up, having this conversation. I see why he wanted to put it out, because it's an archive of the internet. You understand me? It's like in the Museum of Hip Hop, this is a moment. This is very interesting as I'm observing this, right? And looking at it as, it just came out today. We're going to remember as we think back, tell our children about our era of hip hop, right? That day, Kanye West and DJ Akademiks had an interview, and he was dressed as a Klans member, and he was breaking down his theories and exposing the industry this day. Now, when we think about Kanye West's mental state, I don't think he's crazy in the sense that he doesn't tell the truth or gets close to the truth. You understand me? That's not what it is. It's more so about Kanye's ability to be productive, right? And hold multiple ideas at once, right? And be constructive, right? In the mindset that he's in, or is it just destructive, right? Because there's this idea that who needs to be the soldier, who needs to be the general, right? Kanye West is powerful enough to develop some soldiers, put in position, and utilize them. But he's being the soldier on the front line, right? And so that's the interesting part, because my thing is Kanye West has so much more power that he can be extremely more effective if he had a better strategy in how he wanted to go execute. That's all. It's not whether about what he's saying is truthful or not. It's about the effectiveness of his general skills to be strategic. But right now, he's being a soldier on the front line.
You really think there's like this hidden hand that's really kind of moving in this direction, or it just kind of happens to be?
Do you think it's not? Do you think it's a possibility it's not? You think it's just all by chance and shit?
I would be opposed to it, but it feels like you know a little bit more. That's why a lot of people are intrigued too.
Yeah.
Because if probably one of the richest rappers ever is
not probably, definitely, but keep going on.
When you've gotten to the heights, and I'd say you're the greatest hip hop artist ever. When that person's then telling us it's like that, you then got to step back and be like, he knows definitely something we don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're also trying to like watch you and even listen. Even if people don't like some of the stuff you say, they're trying to figure out connect the dots and really see what's going on.
Well, you know what? I'm a leader and I channel and I don't see everything. You know, I didn't picture us being here right now. I didn't have this vision yesterday, but I had one bag with me. I just got my leather outfit and it was there. So it was meant, I always thought, wow, that would make a really iconic interview setting. And I'm happy that I'm not sitting in it. And this is now making the movie. Like I said, with the North situation on the song with his son and the new artist, Jasmine Williams, it happened like that. Certain things I lean into. People think I'm strategic. The enemy might, my enemy, our enemy, might think I'm strategic. But I'm not strategic. I just lean into what I really feel. And I say my...
See, I mean, I can see that. That's apparent. Kanye West is approaching war like an artist, right? Not like a general. A general is somebody who sits back and he has a strategy. Kanye West approaches war as an artist, as a canvas for him to paint, right? It's passion for him to deliver, but as he leans into the chaos, right? That's what an artist would do, right? Operate off the emotion of the now and see what can I create, right? So again, it makes sense. And again, he has self-awareness.
My truth, and whatever comes with it, comes with it. But my truth is so obvious to so many people because people are not allowed to say their truth to the point where they psych themselves out to think it's not true. And then so I'm not saying people's truth, I'm saying people's feeling now. Because your truth can be told to you, you could be programmed, but your gut is going to have millions of lifetimes of information. So when I go and I tweet, especially now, I'm speaking to people's gut feeling. Like Iggy, not taking sides, but she going to do everything.
Sorry, but that was deep. That was deep. I gotta run that back. I like that.
People's feeling now, because your truth can be told to you. I'm strategic, but I'm not strategic. I just lean into what I really feel, and I say my truth, and whatever comes with it, comes with it. But my truth is so obvious to so many people because people are not allowed to say their truth to the point where they psych themselves out to think it's not true. And then so I'm not saying people's truth, I'm saying people's feeling now. Because your truth can be told to you, you could be programmed, but your gut is going to have millions of lifetimes of information. So when I go and I tweet, especially now, I'm speaking to people's gut feeling. Like Iggy.
Ooh, he say your truth can be programmed to you, but your gut has to. Ooh, that was deep. Because everybody talk about their truth, right? But the reality of it is, if you're programmed with a truth, right, it's not the same. Right? You can be told and programmed from a child that the sun will burn you if you step out in there and you live your life as a vampire and never want to get to the sun. It is your truth that you believe that you know. Right? Psychologically, neuroscience shows that we can't perceive things until we believe them. So you have to be programmed. So you might not be speaking to someone's truth, but if you speak to their gut, then there's something that even this person has been programmed to believe that the sun will destroy them. They have a gut feeling that's knowing something is unaligned. So when they hear the truth, right, and you speak to that feeling, they like, wait a minute, that resonates for some reason, even though it goes against everything that I believe.
Not taking sides, but she's gonna do everything in her power to make sure Onyx never is next to Kris Jenner. And you know why, and she knows why. That girl came from Australia, then no family in the middle of Miami. Now she's out here in California, and her whole goal as a mom is to keep her son as far away from Kris Jenner as possible. And we all know why. We all know those sex tapes are signed for. We all know those children, just in general, celebrity exploitation. Like when my daughter wants to rap, it's a thing where, damn, you really want to get into this game like this? And it's this balance. I had people around me, I was like, yo, this man Cardi is calling my baby mama, rapping about Skims, and then saying he need vocals. She may have supporting slip, needs vocals for the album. And the man was like, well, you know, that will blow her up. I said, it's my daughter, nigga. And see, that's the time when nigga hear me screaming from the other room and be like, why he's screaming?
Well, wait, who said they would blow her up?
Well, I purposely didn't say the names and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, anybody that never spoke out against me publicly, I'm not gonna speak out against them publicly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
did I answer that? So it's just God, I'm just channeling. Yeah. I'm just channeling something. So I ain't telling y'all to follow me or do not, yeah, people not even in a position to follow me. It's like I could change hearts and minds, perception, but at the end of the day, you still gotta go work for a white man. You still gotta work for a Jewish man that works for a white man. The black dollar has been so decentralized since gentrification and the fall of Black Wall Street that it's next to impossible for a community to get on their feet, get past the drugs, the food. The food's the original drug, the hurting, the fucking 25%, definite, not chance, but definitely being locked up, the abortion rates. Like our position, I don't have the exact answer to the equation of how to get out of where we are, but I'm not going to say we're not in where we are. And this might be some Star Wars shit where it take generation after generation after generation where it'd be north and it'd be this and be that, but it's like you either on this side of it or you on that side. Cardi took the blue pill, but he made his name off of the red pill. The Matrix. The red pill is the niggas like Neo. The blue pill are the agents. So now Cardi is an agent. And you will see him like, you see on the joint where somebody touches them and then they become the agent?
Yeah.
That's what happened. They come, them Jewish people come, the record people come, they'll say, they literally called Ty Dolla and said, and this is coercion. That's why these niggas gonna be locked up someday. They'll come to you, they said, Ty, you have to denounce Ye publicly or we're gonna drop your artist, Leon. We're gonna cancel all your tours. So they on some mob shit. So it's die, nigga, you know what I'm saying? They up here threatening niggas, stopping their money. This is real life shit off of a statement, off of me wearing a motherfucking chain, off of me wearing they pain. But they playing, turning up, promoting, and making money off of our pain. But
now this is true. This is true. This is where the empathy dies, right? When Black culture can be monetized, Black pain can be monetized. Right? Black destruction, Black death, right, can be monetized. And an entire institution can be built off of that and the exploitation of that pain, right? I'm talking about, look at drill rap. Drill rap was serial killer music of hunting young Black men. And the record labels gladly, happily produced that, funded that, put budget behind that, PR, right? Made sure that they could sell that. And it became a very damaging thing. And we seen what happened from that. Mostly all those rappers are locked up to this day. So that's our swastika. You understand me? That's our Ku Klux Klan hood, even though the Ku Klux Klan hood is more resonated to Black people regardless. But that's our swastika. But they don't mind branding that. They don't mind selling that. And this is where Ye's message is elevated in the sense that you claim what he's doing is evil because you believe that he represents your people's pain and oppression when you have businesses that are built off our people's pain and oppression.
But if I wear a piece of their pain, then they're going to threaten to destroy everything moving, everyone around, destroying people's lives. We're going to destroy Leon's life. Leon did a whole scissor album, and now we're going to destroy his life if you don't denounce this man's tweet type shit.
Do you talk to these people like before you send out a tweet? Because I would imagine he would give you a call and say, "Hey, I'm in a tough spot." Like, you know, and again, I think you said something important. You're not expecting everybody around you to be dick riders and agree with you, but when they speak out against you, you feel like it's either necessary or that's a form of betrayal, right?
Yeah, like Ty put up the tweet before we landed. He said, "I gotta say something." I said, "I'm not racist, but Ye is." We agreed upon that. When I landed, he put up, "I don't condone hate speech." You letting these niggas put words in your mouth. I 137x'd his career. Not one, not two, not 20, 137x'd it. And while I'm on a plane, you put up word by word Jewish vernacular. My thing is we can sit and talk it out. I know they on your head, but nigga, you don't got to denounce me, period. And if you do, you talk to me about how we gonna do it. See, all these street niggas and this niggas running around with guns, got bodies, they think they boss, so they think I'm a motherfucking Vic or some shit. They think because I give niggas high salaries, nigga, I'm a billionaire, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that shit. See, this is my issue with Jim Jones, right? So he says he's gonna get a jib or a div, I don't know what the fuck the word is, but basically like, he gonna get a percentage if he introduced me to this crypto nigga, right? Mm-hmm. And I know this shit sound like a Tarantino movie. Jim Jones wants me to meet with Mr. Pink to make $2 million off a crypto coin. Next Tarantino film, right? So then I found out before the second meeting that he was gonna make this money. So.
Did he tell you?
No, he said he's gonna get a percentage. He didn't tell me what it was, and he didn't say he's gonna give me a piece of it either. When I found out how much money it was, I was like, you know what? What's saying? Hello. Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, send on the room 59 right now. Thank you. So when I
this is oh, that is funny, man. Hold on, y'all got to see the full scene. Y'all got to see this full scene, man. This nigga's in the Ku Klux Klan outfit, and he just answered the phone like he was in the 70s real quick. Y'all got to see the full scene. Wait a minute, man. This is funny. This is real movies type stuff right here. DJ Akademiks just happy to be there because, hey, the content is writing itself.
How much money it was, I was like, you know what? I'm saying, hello. Okay, send on the room 59 right now. Thank you.
Okay, that's hilarious. Let me put this back on. Oh man. Oh, this is funny as hell. Oh man, this is ridiculous. How do I put my damn screen back up? Oh man, who is writing these movies, man? Who is writing the new reality, man? I would have never thought this was gonna be 2025. You could not have paid me to think this. But here we are in 2025. And DJ Akademiks and Kanye West is doing an interview together. And one of them is wearing a Ku Klux Klan leather handmade outfit, answering a hotel phone. This reality is just interesting. This is interesting reality stuff right here, y'all. All right, let's get back to this.
So when
you found out about
when I found out that he was getting the money, I was like, how much money is it? Yeah, I'm gonna take that meeting for you to get the money, but I just gotta sit there. What are you gonna like? I wasn't like, oh nigga, you didn't tell me. I'm not gonna. I still took the meeting, and the nigga still got the money, right?
So he got paid $2 million.
Yes,
for you taking the meeting.
From me taking the meeting. But watch. And that was the money was a bit behind my back. I didn't really know about it. People be doing shit behind my back. My issue with Jim was we working on clothes. And I said, look, send me a PDF. For anybody who doesn't know, it's like a group of pictures in a folder that you send to the iPhone. You can do like 300 pictures, 10 pictures on it, 10 pages. I said, send me a PDF of all the ideas, all the young niggas you know in New York. Let me see all of the shit right now. Let the king see everything that's happening, right? This man tells me, I don't know how to make a PDF. That was way more disrespectful to me than a nigga figuring out how to get the $2 million. You understand why? Because this shit to my face, nigga. You gonna lie to me about a fucking PDF, you faggot ass nigga? After I sat and took the meeting for you, you took the money and I didn't even ask your broke ass for a percentage?
Maybe he didn't know how to do it.
Do you think one of his young niggas knew how to do it?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think?
Oh, what's going on? A PDF file. Oh man. Yo. Oh man. Kanye West and Jim Jones fell out over a PDF file. It's crazy. I don't know what to say. This is comedy right here. This is gold. This is comedy gold, y'all.
Think that he could have figured it out after that nigga made $2 million?
Definitely.
Next subject.
Definitely. What is the real thing with you and Drake? Like, I've always been confused. It feels like I can't tell if it's a love-hate thing. You know, I've watched hundreds of hours of you talking about just interviews, and at a point, it felt like the energy shifted, and then we just started seeing it everywhere. And I can't tell, what is it?
Yeah, it's like family members that you don't fuck with. Like, I appreciate, one thing is, Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important. You know what I'm saying? What Future has done, Thug, what Drake just culturally is, that shit last year, I couldn't barely sit through that shit. That shit was insane, bro. That shit had Lucian Grange, Universal, Drake lawsuit shit written all over it. This shit, at the end of the day, all this shit I'm saying, Jim Jones, Kendrick did, all these celebrities, the funny thing is we're all in the same boat. But while we're on that boat, we're also fighting amongst each other. And as I get stronger and stronger, I get more into a position of being who I really am. But right now, or maybe I get into that position right now, but where I was yesterday, it was like, how the fuck I'm supposed to lead y'all, and you got these niggas that's running y'all, making you fuck with me.
I'm bad, y'all. I gotta go reinstate my premium. That's crazy. Hold on.
So none of y'all niggas can fuck with me or will fuck with me, and if you fuck with my daughter, then I'm sitting down for that. So, and that's my stance on it. It's like, nigga, I make music better. I push no one make music that's nowhere near as good as music. Like when I made Moon, it basically ended Frank Ocean's career. He didn't have a song since then. You know, sipping some wine. Like, nigga, like I knew I heard it. I was like, oh, this nigga's never gonna be able to make another album again. I wanna go to the moon. Any genre of music that anyone has, I make a better version of it. I'm 10 times stronger at music than anyone living.
I still understand why he hate on Kendrick so much, but because he keep talking shit about Kendrick. This is his consistent thread line through this. But I think it's more so just about because Kendrick is perceived to have the throne. And so he go watch that throne, and regardless who had that throne. And that's why, you know, he say he go talk shit about Drake. But he said, you know, he consider him family. He just don't mess with him. And he don't mess with him more so because he has the throne. You know what I mean? Anybody who has that throne, he got a problem with. And whoever has that, he's going to beef with. That is something that is going to happen for Kanye West. How some people get high off money, right? He gets high off the position of the throne, right? So whatever feeling gives him the throne, he will chase that. He will seek that. He will own that. That is Kanye West. If he feels like DJ Akademiks is having the greatest moment in the world, he needs to be next to that so he can snatch that moment, right? If it's a streaming kid, it's a rapper, it's a singer, no matter who it is, Kanye West needs the throne. That is his high of life, it seems.
But then in 5 territories, okay, what do I do? Clothing, this, political stance, social media, expression, gravitational pull, momentum creating, all that. So what do we do with that? Why do I go at the celebrities? Because they're in the way. They're making, as J. Cole said, false idol. Nigga, you're the false idol. You can't fuck with me no day. They're the false idols. They want to put people, camouflage the truth, the goal, the true God. And everybody know, all of them know what it is. All of them needs to work for me. Drake need to be my writer. Trav need to be my producer, like how it always was. But somebody, they pull him to the side, they Virgil them niggas. See, the thing is, Virgil going to LVMH, the black situation don't change. Kamala, vice president, the black situation don't change. Or the world situation, period. Obama president, the world situation don't change. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Ye, Disney, Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes changed flight. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch The Aviator, him as a white man, him because he's a maverick, they fuck with him. They fuck with him. At the end of the day, y'all fucking with me, but I'm here to just tell y'all that y'all can't fuck with me. That's the whole idea. Like,
why say fuck Virgil after he passed? I think a lot of people feel like, you know, he's not here to defend himself, and that I think people are just confused by that. We get the story of how you guys kind of separated and how you feel, but you know, they always say sometimes, you know, when someone passes away, you know, can't be for the dead man, you know. It feels like you still have a little bit of animosity there.
I'm evil.
You don't think about like his family and other people that love him?
I am an evil person.
You don't think that? I feel like you've always represented God-fearing ideals, though.
Yeah.
So how does that? How could you identify that person? God
has the wrath. You only play with God for so long. Niggas is out here playing games. Don C and him starting RSVP behind my back. This nigga taking money, like kind of the Jim Jones situation. Oh, yeah, gonna come to the club. I was Louis Vuitton. They take that position. They put him in that position. They build the anti-Kanye club at Nike. Everybody that worked for me. And what best put it in perspective is Virgil is the Jesus of the niggas that work for me, right? Because every nigga that worked for me would have rather been me. Why do I have problems with almost every celebrity? Because they're jealous. And they should be, because I'm better than them. Because I'm more anointed and I'm appointed. And I understand the jealousy in the hearts of men, but they have to understand the wrath of the king also. All these pussy faggot niggas could shut the fuck up. Don C pussy ass. Supposed to be the realest nigga alive. You know what I'm saying? I remember him sitting with me and saying, bruh, what's up with this red hat, bro? What's up with this red hat? They told me, who's they, nigga? They told me that, you know, if you don't stop wearing a hat, man, they're gonna give it. And they named the rapper right here. Now, I love this rapper, so I don't even wanna like put him in this conversation. But it was like a they, you know, the invisible hand. The people, you know damn well.
Man, I know Don C, man. Don C good people, man. He came to the show in Chicago, showed plenty love, man. Shout out to Jim Jones too. I know Jim Jones as well. Kanye West is a disrespectful man. He's a disrespectful man, but he speaks like somebody who has these emotional imbalances. You feel me? And yeah, he speaks like somebody who is extremely crazy and unstable. And I mean in the sense of like the way he speaks about himself. You know what I mean? He got an insatiable ego that he wants everybody around him to just bow down. You know what I mean? To their knees, hit their forehead, like for real, for real.
That Super Bowl, that Kendrick Super Bowl and that Grammy Super Bowl had invisible hands on it. Yeah. Like everyone culturally fucking knows that. They fucking know that. So watch. Don C tells the nigga A-side. The nigga A-side will talk about the other day with the scoliosis. Okay. Right? First of all, like I said, I make it clear. This nigga come up to me talk about how my teeth don't look good. I was like, nigga, you telling me about something that look good? And of course, he's Tremaine's friend. And it bothered me. When A-side, because it bothered me every day after you said that. Like, yo, how did I let this nigga, you know that nigga say some shit to you? Mm-hmm. And like 10 minutes later, you're like, yo, how I even let this shit happen? Yeah. Right? So, but A-side did give me a bar. He said, Don C once told me, and this is towards the end of the conversation, the last time I ever spoke to him. He said, man, and Don C was working for me at this time. Man, I'm glad Ye didn't get the Nike deal. And when I didn't get the Nike, it was heartbreak. It's all like, oh man, because I had the fucking Yeezys. I was on the second Yeezy. And I just, man, I'm like, we about to make the biggest. We about to make Yeezy and Nike. We about to tear people's heads off. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga from Chicago. I got the hottest shoe. I'm at Nike. It wasn't no J. Cole, Kendrick, Trav, Drake, Virgil. I was all of them in one, right? Before they started putting all these battery packs, Lucian battery packs, LVMH battery packs by each one to distract from the true leader and shit. So Don C then says to A-side, I'm glad Ye didn't get the deal because it wouldn't have gave no one else a chance. Well, who's the one? 4 people that work for me. So that means all 4 people that work for me was going into the meetings with me, working on designs for me, then shaking hands with people behind my back. They wasn't really with the king. Faggot ass Virgil, faggot ass Don C, faggot ass Matt Williams, and faggot ass Jerry Lorenzo. 4 faggots.
Interesting. I mean,
and also, you gotta run this shit.
Hey, DJ Academics is funny in his journalism today. Interesting. If that's what they are. Interesting. Because that's all you can say when you can't be in the space to agree or try to. His space is to be neutral, right? He's not there to take sides, agree or disagree. It's okay, interesting. That's okay. Let's move forward. That's funny.
Shit straight.
This is pure.
You can't chop it up. You can chop it, you can do whatever. It's like they chopped up the Bible, the word still came through. Imagine you try to chop the word faggot at his interview, it would be like 3 sentences.
Well, you know, as we talk about censorship, and even you saying that, I still say that F word. Just like you've been throwing it around like you don't give a damn. How do you feel about like people like, you know, speech is censored a lot. What we could say, it feels like you're trying to take off those shackles, and it's like you said woke is dead.
Yeah. Sorry, I was supposed to leave 18 minutes ago.
Oh. So you're going to Japan for real?
Don't drop the location.
Yeah, so, what's out there? I know you didn't want me to come to China. I was just like, it feels so far away. And culture, like, what are you seeing? Like, you just tell me, what's on that side of the world? I've never been.
Hold on a second. Somebody just talked about this car. He said, yo, Cardi wants to sit down. Let's connect, gang. I said, who's this? Lou. I'm with Cardi's camp. Give me a call. I said, who gave you my contact? Answer that question first. Cash, tap in. We black men, these industries are extorting us. Black on black violence. Information is key. These niggas are setting you up. Yeah, I could definitely see that, but perfect setup. You mentioned my daughter. Tonight I get to end the movie.
Your membership is more than just a card. It's your gateway to extraordinary experiences. With the AAA
and I'm gonna end the movie with somebody for sure.
Do you think he did that purposely, or do you think he just thought it was kind of trendy because Kim acknowledges? Again, you know, there are some people who feel like it's just random coincidences, and it looks like you're like, no, you're doing that to fuck with me because you left me off the album.
If you my dog, well, one of my actual friends or someone that could call my daughter their niece.
He in this leather right now, like he's committed to this leather with a swastika chain under. He committed to this. One thing I can say about Kanye is when he decides to pick up something, he gets committed to it 100%. He goes see it through, whether it's the death of him or the life of him. You know what I mean? Because sitting there, standing up, not even sitting down, standing up. It's different. You do an interview sitting down. Kanye West he's a fashion guy. So he want to make sure you see his outfit. That's why he's standing up. He needs to make sure that there's no background that dims the light of this outfit that he had custom made. So that's why he's standing up this whole time, so you can see him and what he believes is all his glory. You know what I mean? And what he created, because he believes to your eyes, this gonna be the flyest thing that you ever seen in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Will reach out to a woman that I got issues with, obviously. That's some faggot shit. I ain't no street nigga. I'm the pink polo pussy faggot and shit. But I know that is not street code. I know that part. Like, is that okay? That part of it. Before we even get to me being mad.
No, I get it. Like, if it's like an ex. Like, why you hitting my ex? You know what I mean? Like, if you my man and I don't fuck with my ex or I don't fuck with my baby mama, why you even acknowledging her?
Why? And you're fucking reposting my baby mama and not even reposting me. You was the first feature on Donda. It's like the Cardi shit is like the final heartbreak. I ain't gonna fuck about this black man. How do you niggas run up, nigga? Come kill me then, nigga. Come kill me because a motherfucking coward dies 1,000 deaths. And it's the final heartbreak. Niggas using you, know what I'm saying? It's like this.
Why weren't you on the album? Like, it seems like if you felt like you were gonna be, like you guys worked on, did you work on music?
Yes. The day I did Wheels Fall Off, that's when the nigga Cardi got the song with Doug and Ty and shit. Like, we was in the studio. We was working on, he sent me the song, we was talking about doing a mixtape, and then, this gentleman named Peter told me like on Wednesday or Thursday too, whatever it was like, oh, this Cardi album's going up Friday. I said, I called him, I say, bro, where's our song? But on that note, it feel like on Cardi album, like he's doing everybody a favor though too. He need to have all them fucking features. It felt like, oh, he hot right now, and he had to do Uzi a favor, or this a favor, that favor, and it's just like, and this level, obviously the album could be better. At this level, it's a different level of experience that's needed to handle 30 songs. To understand how to be running those producers. Like Cardi's a genius in his own right. It's another thing to run that Donda Stadium. And it's just what they call it. What are they?
I actually wish he would have doubled down on the question about Japan, so Kanye West could have explained or Ye rather could explain to him Japan, because I've been to Japan. In Japan, I understand 100% why he's in Japan. Number one, just the culture is the technology there, and the inspiration. I can see him being there. And essentially, I wouldn't say feeling safe there for whatever reason he goes there, but I can see why he draws from the zen of Japan and then comes back to America and unleashes his chaos.
Like, that amount of songs is really ambitious. And a big thing is, like, how do you do that without me just as your producer, man, whether I was on it or not? It's like, y'all keep on wanting to do, like, the last Kendrick album, not that, but the previous one is like a direct copy of
Mr. Morale.
Yeah, of fucking Pablo. I'll show you. It's like, oh, these are the drums from this song. This is the approach to this song. This is because I be in here like.
Now, this right here is what we call segments, right? Or elements. So in every episode, in an interview, Kanye West is somebody that it would be easy to do an interview with. The reason that he is because he's somebody that comes with his own ideas to the interview that he wants to get off. He's not somebody waiting for you to ask him the right question, right? In his mind, he has things that he's already imagining, right? Blogs picking up. You feel me? He's imagining what everybody else is going to be talking about. So he knows if I compare Kendrick's album to mine, then that goes down another rabbit hole. I have this other stream of consciousness I want to say about Jay. I have this thing I want to say about Cardi. So he knows that these are jumping into the algorithms, right, of each one of these individuals and all these blogs. And so he sees visually the context of things that he say and how they jump into these algorithms and move around. So therefore it connects his name to whoever's so-calledly hot, king, whatever, right? And so DJ Akademiks understand this as well. So he's allowing Kanye West to just go on the stream because Kanye already comes with his own agenda, right? Which is gold for anybody interviewing a celebrity or anything of that nature, right? When they have something they want to say. Cat Williams did that when he went on Shannon Sharp. You have 30 different names. That's 30 different pieces of content. Then you have different stories for each one of them, right? That might come into 60. Then you have all these elements. So it keeps breaking up. And there's so many things for the internet to grab from it. And then you get all of these elements built into it and the algorithm goes crazy, right? Y'all can take that game and utilize it. You feel me? If you are in the podcast and the content game. Otherwise, you can join a high-level club and we can teach you this game directly. You feel me? If you're trying to get that mentorship. Now, an interview with me would have been different. You feel me? Anybody interview with me that's at a high level, it's going to be the biggest thing they ever did in their life, but they just don't know it.
Like just inventing new approaches to a song and shit. Oh, we're going to drop the drums like this on Blood and Leaves. I'm going to make the ending of Runaway last as long. And you know, I'm the type, I will share anything and everything with whoever. I would do collaborations, or I did, and it's just too much where as soon as the shit get hot, no one is like, yo, nah, this nigga, you know what I mean? It's.
You think they take the sauce and run off with it, then forget about it.
And then they go against me for like political shit. You know how many fucking rappers and celebrities went against me for the Trump shit? Then I understand with the Jewish shit, but you know I wasn't lying on that shit. And now the Cardi shit, it was the perfect combination of me not having a name and likeness and me finding out about that shit to me being left out the album on some fact.
So the thing that Kanye West and what he's luring to right here, which I imagine a lot of people, yes, is politically will go against you because when aligning with you, they go outweigh the benefits. Do I align with Kanye West? And if you align with Kanye West, then you have to rely on Kanye West, meaning that all my loyalty that I'm sticking to you, you also have to be the one that gives me opportunity when everybody else abandons me, which means that my life becomes correlation, right? 100 times harder. And these are celebrities. These are people of luxury. They want to live a life of luxury, right? They want to have access to events and PR and platforms and, you know, checks and all these different things that come along with the privileges of elite society. So if Kanye West does something and people are in their ear and saying, yo, what's up with your boy? And they're like, did you talk to him? And you don't, then they're pulling things from you. So then you disconnect from him. You feel me? And so otherwise they stick with him. They stay loyal to a fault, right? And Kanye West then has to be the one that makes sure that they're good. So they relying on somebody because these individuals are not completely independent on their own. You understand me? So whether it's the red hat doing the MAGA, though all celebrities got checks doing Kamala, right? And these checks were of millions and millions of dollars. So the question becomes is not do they have loyalty to me? Do they have loyalty to the same values? Will they die on the same hill that I die on? If they're not willing to die on that hill that you're willing to die on, they have no reason to be loyalty towards you because they also have families and things of that nature. When you've been a revolutionary or a radical, right? The idea is you have to find other people who have the same beliefs and loyalty to the same ideas that you have. So it's not do they have loyalty to me? Do they have loyalty to the mission? Do they have loyalty to the values and the vision that we are going towards, right? People that are moved by money will always, money becomes their God. So they're going to make decisions based on that money. And if you're not the main supplier of that money that they loyal to, then yes, they will leave. Plus, there's a lot of nuance that go into that. So question is like, are you driving a revolution? And then do people agree with your tactics? Because if you want to be a monarch and rule and say, whatever I do agree with, that's not how indigenous people operate. Like even the Moorish societies operated off councils. Even Mansa Musa had a council. He didn't just, he was essentially a monarch ruler, right? But he had a council, a wise council that he would go to. You understand me? In Japan, they had councils that they would go to. Everybody had councils. It's not just what you say, let's get behind it in totality. It was like, okay, here's the wisdom of the council. Let's see if you're moving correctly. You feel me? And you make a decision based on that. Can we come back to the council based on what we believe the vision is and overall where we leading people and where we going ourselves? And let's make the next move the best move. But you got to operate off wise counsel. So you all got to ask yourself, who is Kanye's wise counsel? It can't just be this person says something, this new person is in their life. Otherwise, it's bipolar because you have so many different people coming in with so many agendas, giving you competing, conflicting information based on their agenda that you're going to seem bipolar on what you're talking about today than what you're talking about next month. You have to have wise counsel.
Faggot ass Trav shit to him call it, what's that?
You mean Trav?
Trav left me off his album, took 4 of my songs from the ranch in Wyoming. Yeah. My choruses, my exact singing lines, replaced me with him or with other people, put Future Scissor on the joints, took me off. I felt, with no explanation, shit just comes out.
So what are these conversations like? You guys aren't talking like, why are you doing this? Yeah. Because we see the frustration, but what are they telling you? Are they apologizing?
They're not telling, but we know why they're doing it. We know why. You know why. I know why.
What is he doing?
Okay, I gotta leave. I have to leave. We could double back on it.
Oh, man.
Double back.
Yeah.
One of the last real questions.
All right.
What changed in between, and obviously bring back Sunday service now, but there was a time.
Oh, the nigga from Sunday service tried to hit me for $2 million, Jason White, to run it. It's like, it's always a scam and it's Hollywood shit, but keep going though.
But you used to be on, like even certain language you felt just wasn't appropriate. You say you didn't want to get into secular music. I mean, I think even that track with 3 Stacks where, you know, I think he wanted to curse or something like that. You're like, no, we got to keep it clean. Now when people are seeing how you're speaking, they're like, what happened to that yay? Like, how do you get from there to here? What changes or what do you then realize?
I'm evil. This is the real power of God. No white people, no black people, nobody could tell me what to say, think, talk, or who the fuck to be. And I'm happy everybody's so interested in me being me. I'm so happy that just me doing exactly what the fuck I want to do and saying exactly how the fuck I feel or what I say is so interesting to people.
Did you ever apologize for anything or like, not necessarily regret, but like see things you've done or seen people you offended in the past and be like,
yeah, man, God hurts too. It hurt me that I had to hurt Jay. It hurt me. It hurt me. The Cardi shit, it hurts me. This shit, all this shit, I experience pain. People be thinking, oh, is he suicide? No.
Well, you tweet about that. And we're all worried. You know, I think you're the only one that can do what you do, but primarily because no matter even if you say some shit that people really don't like, they love you. Right. And you're probably the only hip hop artist or only artist, period, that you're so ingrained in us that will never, and that's why, like, you know, I don't think cancellation could ever work with you because it's like, no matter what, you're always gonna make a smile at a point because you're Ye. When you start talking,
Kanye calls himself evil at every point in time where he doesn't have a rational or logical explanation to do something that doesn't make sense, which in a sense is evil, right? Like when it's like if you curse somebody out, if somebody confronts you, be like, yo, what happened? I thought that was your brother. Why didn't y'all just have a conversation with them? Why did you handle things like that? You know, morally, right? And as a man, the best thing would be to follow that route. And there's no excuse to not follow that route. So instead, he goes to this justification and say, I'm evil. So therefore, nothing has to be explained. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part of himself, which is almost like feeling ashamed, right? Because when people feel the evilest, they feel ashamed or they don't feel nothing at all. But he just said he feels a lot. So it's more so whenever they confront him with something to where he psychologically feels ashamed for doing, and he doesn't have a good explanation for it, he calls it evil, right? Because that's the part of himself that he can't explain, that he feels like he can't control. And that's the crash outside of himself that can never be explained away in any rational matter.
and you mentioned suicidal thoughts. What's happening?
We say that, but then people don't see what's happening. Look at the Chicago photo. Then look at the work that I put into Cardi. Then look at me sitting and telling North, like, you got it. We're not going on this Cardi album. I know it's the number one. Your friends are like, oh, you're going to be in this Cardi. I know it's very exciting. Like, for a kid like that has everything, to be on a Cardi song is that. And North is like, yo, you got a problem with Cardi? I got a problem with Cardi.
So you're saying toes around you?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what all these faggot-ass raps need to understand. Don't get this Disney shit and this Hulu shit fucked up. I'm her daddy. And I deal with pain, and I administer pain also. Yeah, me, pink polo faggot, I administer pain mentally. Because none of these niggas is psycho or as smart as me. At least not the niggas. I can't say for the tech dudes. Okay, that's some other shit. But artists be dumb, bro. It's like, they can't even fucking count, bro. Jewish people run their whole shit. The lawyers run their whole shit. Our whole shit. Like, the contracts are set up for us to not read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga can't, okay, go out and start run a whole record label without a Jewish person. Not take back what I had to say. You know, start up your whole TV network and shit. Make it run. But no Jewish investors. Let me see how that works. You know what I'm saying? Until motherfuckers can really get their shit together like they Nigerians or like they Chinese or like they're Jewish or like they're the tech Indians or some shit, everything I'm saying counts. And as far as the way I feel, the way I'm expressing, I'm saying, people want to fuck with me, I'm telling them they can't fuck with me. And anybody that ever went against me, and it's the other shit, I don't really have a problem with Kendrick. I would never call Kendrick a faggot. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what happened with the song and that whole idea. I don't like how they used Kendrick. That's right. And also, I don't like him saying he the number one because I'm the number one. So those are my two things.
People think that's jealousy. They feel like even when you criticize the Super Bowl performance, or you're like, man, I didn't like him on Cardi's album. He got too many verses. Like, yeah, he could rap, but we ain't want to hear this shit.
Y'all don't go to church? God is an angry God. God is a jealous God. What are you talking about? I'm the closest thing to God on earth, and I act just like how God acts. Like, I go up when people. Whatever interview you did previous to the interview of this interview, I guarantee you it's going to be more of a blessing than the previous interview. So what does God do? Bless. God has used me to bless. John Legend, boom. Amber Rose,
metaphors is crazy.
Kim, Travis, Cardi. You get what I'm saying? So whatever is here, the blessings run through me. But in that same way, I'm angry. I'm jealous. And now I can say all these people were the family that I never had, but North is my actual family. So give me one reason, please. Because before it's all jealousy, is this and that, and now it's this far. So yes, I was jealous that Kendrick is on Cardi album, and I feel like that's two different genres. It seemed like J. Cole and Kendrick would be more like, I like mixing genres and shit, but.
Yeah, Kanye West definitely believes he is God in person, in flesh, on earth, like the God.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, I'm hearing this shit for the first time. Yeah, I'm not on it. Yeah, this man rapping about Skims. It's like, man, what about all this shit when I say I don't fuck with rappers? I don't fuck with celebrities. And then I do the Jay-Z tweet and people.
That's interesting. We always hear that God is a jealous God. I want to know y'all idea on this. When they say be like God, you know what I'm saying? Or like we made in his image, right? And we know jealousy is a huge factor in the Black community and society and the world. You understand me? Like, dude, is being jealous, right? A natural part of the human experience. Like it's because when we say God is a jealous God, and then we say, well, this is justification on why he destroyed things. He don't like anybody worshiping anything outside himself. And Kanye West said he made Yeezus. He called himself Yeezus, right? He already told you what persona that he has for a long time, right? And he's saying that, listen, anybody worshiping anything outside of Ye on that throne, that Christ throne, which is whether it's Drake, whether it's Cardi, whether it is Kendrick Lamar, right? He considers that to be blasphemy because he and himself believes he is God, and those characteristics of being a jealous God means that when I am jealous, I am now justified to destroy. It's an interesting dichotomy, the way that he thinks about himself and the way he utilizes his resources to project that thought and that awareness.
People be surprised. Like, I told you niggas I don't fuck with niggas. Y'all niggas just don't be believing me.
I know you gotta go music. Next Donda album, Bully. Like I think there's a lot of people who they're like, yo, listen, Yeezy's going off on Twitter, but we just want the music. We want the music. You know, what's that creative process even at this point? Because
there's a whole nother. We should have started right there. There's a whole thing. Creative process. 47 years and multiple lifetimes of creative process to make the top living, influencer. It
was crazy when you said, yo, I've been in this shit 30.
If you notice,
Cardi or a child, and it was like, this motherfucker really been in this shit 30 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, niggas ain't finna. This is what I'm saying with the Cardi thing in relationship to music and what you're saying. When I was 14 years old,
but there's a game behind them, a little handheld game. Forget what it's called, a little PS5, whatever PS game is behind them. Kanye West is one of the people that will do an interview like this, loud, get crazy with it, curse people out, talk about all his enemies, and he gonna be super passionate in that moment. And then as soon as he walks out the door, he go drop it and he go ask him like, yo, how was that? And then the people around him needs to definitely confirm that that was some fly shit that he just did. Then he go play his game, and forget about it. So like, he's the type of person that will like, it's like Harley Quinn, or like the Joker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grab my grenade, I'm gonna throw it. While everybody's dealing with the aftermath of the mess, I'm on something else. Right now, when y'all start going crazy and chaotic, that's when I pay attention to it and start laughing. Like, look, see, I did this on purpose. But he's definitely a throw the grenade type of person. You feel me? And then keep on going, and then enjoy the aftermath later with his popcorn from the chaos that he created.
Cutting hair. It was a nigga that ran a shop, older gentleman. I came up there, I'm cutting hair. One day I cut like 5 people's haircuts and shit. I probably made, I don't know, maybe I had $100 in my pocket. And then I was running across the street, my feeling so good about myself. And the dude.
Anybody from Boston, put a 1 in the chat if you from Boston. I'm gonna be in Boston April 12th. My brother Jalen Brown is gonna be speaking about technology that he has. Gonna be some giveaways going out. It's gonna be super powerful. We definitely gonna get into AI in the future. So make sure y'all tap in. If you in Boston, right, you want to get your tickets, make sure you tap in. Press 1 in the chat. If you in Boston or next to Boston, you want to drive up.
Dude ran out the shop. He said, hey, come back here. He said, show me how much money you made. I showed him. He took half that shit. So I'm saying niggas be using my shop and then running off with the $100. And then what they gonna run off? It was a nigga that ran a shop, older gentleman. I came up there, I'm cutting hair. One day I cut like 5 people's haircuts and shit. I probably made, I don't know, maybe I had $100 in my pocket. And then I was running across the street, my feeling so good about myself. And the dude ran out the shop. He said, hey, come back here. He said, show me how much money you made. I showed him. He took half that shit. So I'm saying niggas be using my shop and then running off with the $100. And then what, they gonna run off with the $100 show back over my daughter while they at it and shit? No, I gotta go to the back at that point. Niggas know damn well it just became a thing where it's like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use Jay for this. I'm like, no, nigga, fuck all these niggas. It's because Virgil made it look like that's what you're supposed to do. Niggas used to call me like, yo, you're a platform. I ain't a platform. These niggas not better than me. These niggas, a nigga has yet to make a better product. Take the Louis Vuitton Dons and take every Virgil sneaker. And you can have a choice. Every single Virgil sneaker ever made versus the first sneaker I ever made. You get what I'm saying? So take everybody out. Take Graduation, right? And then take Dark Fantasy. Take Watch the Throne. take Donda. Take, you know what I'm saying? You could just go. No rap album's better than Vulture's one last year. Let's go song for song for song, and it only got half of me on it.
You did that in Cancellation. Like how hard is it to if they're saying DSPs are saying, well, we're not distributing that, or not DSPs, I mean distributors. They're saying we're not distributing that. I don't know if you get flagged from the DSPs who have to then put it up on their streaming services. But like it feels like the things in between getting your product to people, those for Vultures especially, there was a lot of people running out of the way. You still got it up, right? Still got nominated for a Grammy, which by the way. Like again, I know you got cool. It just brings up like 15 different more artists. Like Grammy was crazy.
How could I not? Yeah, you gotta come to Japan, bro. I really gotta make this.
No,
I'm serious. Like y'all should come out there.
I know.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate you. Were you going out to the airport?
What was you thinking the whole time? He's like, man, that nigga needs more security. No security can like fucking stop those interviews. Yeah, I'm headed to the airport.
You run out of thing, right?
There's. How much y'all got it at?
Oh no, everything's there. It's 64 minutes.
All right.
Yeah. That's what somebody told me. I'm shocked. Why don't you move around with security, man?
I have security, but I thought, but I always heard that you never did that. Where I thought that I would come in here, you have 15 assistants, 15 staffers, you have all type of shit going on.
That boy's smart.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. As opposed to.
Well, billionaires usually just have it's a lot of fluff, right? And it's just like you just have people just to wait around.
Yeah. That's nice with the magnet.
Yeah.
He took off that.
They usually have just people to wait around on them, and it kind of creates like almost like a bureaucracy where it's like, hey, if you want to get to the guy, you get to this guy who then talks to this guy and this girl and this person, then you get to them to make a decision. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when you end up getting me too, because the person started to feel like they got too much power and shit. That's like I had an assistant. I knew she thought she made when she started saying copy.
Well, I mean, if you let her ask you for $3 million, like you should have said, you bugging the fuck out. Like you said, I knew she was crazy when she said copy. I mean, that's that person in the middle type of conversation.
And they got the power. It's like they can't help it. Like they can't help themselves. Like I can talk to them. I'm really big. Like I got people right now that come in working on music, and then they want to like start working on clothes and shit. I'm just like, then you don't know shit about clothes, and people try to put themselves in the middle of everything and get left out of.
Grab the suitcase. Okay, right. Perfect.
All right, that was the interview. I think that's it.
You're just living your.
Create content for people and search engines with SEMrush SEO Writing Assistant.
Get
your copy SEO ready.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And this is Vanessa. We did Runaway together. Service.
Hi.
Like, all that.
You got some love.
That's really where Skims came from.
Really?
That's our whole sound. Yeah.
Ah. The reason why I said that because I'm like.
Would you like one of these to go?
No, I'll take one. I'm serious. Hey, you know what?
What do you want us to do? Follow you or?
To Japan.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm leaving because this guy, all these like death threats and all this stuff. These interviews. Why do I express myself so much on? I gave my KKK outfit. It's fine. I get it.
You just gave it away?
No, they work with me.
Okay.
But it's okay. 50 said I let my watch talk from a chain.
Yeah.
Talk Black. What up, homie? It's your voice is everything. If you have money. Yeah, look at this. Is her car, by the way.
Really? It's like some old school vintage joint.
Yeah, like if you have money, you're gonna you might buy a car or a watch, a house. So when somebody comes to your house, no, you black, white, Muslim, whatever, people are gonna see the car, you see the house. It's just the nature of man to do that. But what happens when you had billions, then lost it, then got it back, families, lost it, say so of your kid's name and likeness, all that. Then what do you have left at that point? You got your this voice, like, I got distracted, but I want to say, this thing, whether I'm shadow banned or not, to have this idea that somebody's hearing it, 5 people are hearing it.
You talk to Elon? Like, because I feel like Elon is like, listen, I might got to put some labels on it. I'm not going to kick you off of there.
Remember, I got kicked off for just posting one thing last time, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So now that I've been able to do it, it's like somebody getting used to money. Like, you think, it's like what y'all got is like 5 weeks straight. Hey, that's good. 5 weeks straight of Beyonce had the best video. Think about that moment. And I picture that not let up. It's like having money, like me, it's like having money for real. It's like freedom to talk. what I mean? Because they'll be like, okay, that's enough. Your Grammy Award speech is up. Don't say that. You said that. You know what I'm saying? So now you're experiencing someone.
I ain't talking about nothing.
I thought I was gonna run out of space.
They ain't talking about nothing now. It's over. They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. All right, so that was the latest Mr. Ye interview. Let me switch back over my screen and spotlight myself. How the hell I do this thing? All right. Well, there you have it. Let me cut on this light. Mr. Kanye West. So we are 2025. Today is Sunday, March 30th. And that was the latest with Kanye West. Where's the world at right now? Where's hip hop at right now? Like, what are we going as a people, right? Where are we going as a collective? What are we doing as a culture? What are we doing as a society? What is attention anymore? It's so toxic and it's so dangerous because it's going to get to a point where it's like AI content, right? You see AI content everywhere and you watch it and then you're like, okay, what did that mean? What did those 5 seconds, 10 minutes, right? Whatever you just indulge in, what does it mean? Right? I think so much of life has become so meaningless now. So much of life has become meaningless because there used to be a reason for gathering attention. Now attention is the reason. It's just more attention. It's this insatiable drug that everybody has to get more and more of. That's it. That's what I see now, right? Why are we scrolling? What are we looking at? We can't really make moves as individuals or a culture unless you have clarity. And most people don't have clarity no more. When we scrolling on Instagram for no reason, death scrolling hours and hours and hours and hours, you're trying to figure out why though, just for the point of stimulation. When I listen to these interviews nowadays, and the reason I start doing high-level conversations is because I wanted to make sure that we had meaningful conversations that actually moved us in a direction, right? That was about evolution. So much of things right now is just about survival. We're just getting through the day. We're just passing by, but nothing's evolving. Nothing's moving forward, but it's moving. It's like hamsters in place. You know, when you all have to be careful of what you tap into and why you tap into it and ask yourself, is this evolving me or not? Now, I want to start looking at these particular type of episodes that's going on in the culture to at least be able to give some nuance, right, and some breakdown, because I know that a lot of people are going to be watching these things, but at least you can get some commentary that may be meaningful while you're watching something that may be meaningless, right? And there's so many things to observe as a high-level observer when you're watching different shows, right? When you're watching different content, because otherwise you're watching it and you're consuming, but you're not thinking. So therefore the content end up becoming your thoughts, right? And it means that it starts thinking for you. So you have to have the ability to filter what someone else's agenda is and take moments of pause and reflection, right? To gather your own thoughts on different subjects, because you don't ever want to think like the masses. You don't ever want to think like the public. The public is the slave mind. Once you think like the public and once you agree with the masses, you have effectively become a slave. You no longer are thinking for self. It is never the most intelligent thought. The popular thought is never the best thought because the collective IQ is always lower than the individual IQ. So you can be a scholar by yourself, but once you join a crowd, you become a fool. Once you join a crowd, you become a fool. I developed my own philosophy called Keyism. And Keyism is all about living in a way that evolves you in everything that you do. So there's survival, there's thriving, there's evolving. Most people are just in survival. Survival means that you can't see anything beyond a certain limit. You can't think beyond a certain limit, which is to your next point. When I'm just in survival mode, right? I don't want to hear anything outside of information that is necessary for me to eat, for me to pay my bills, for me to get through the day, for me to get past this next immediate threat. And in survival mode, you magnify negative things, right? This is what trauma do. It induces you into your nervous system and your body and your consciousness into survival mode. So therefore, you notice threats much larger than you notice blessings and things to be grateful for. So one comment can be negative, though every other one was positive, but you will magnify the negative because our brains have trained for survival mode just in case it's a threat. It's the same reason if you got a white shirt on and you get one spot on it, right? It's super small, but you're going to be like, yo, everybody's going to notice it. So now all of your consciousness, your attention goes to the negative thing. So it becomes bigger, not because it is bigger, but because you're paying attention to it. Then when you start thriving, you get you some money, right? You have to learn skill sets so that you can maintain that which you now have. But it requires change. It requires change of environment, change in the way that you move, change in the way that you think, so that this new life that you have. Because how many of you all had, let's say, a lot of money at one point in time, or you've had clarity, right? And you felt good, but there is a price to maintain thriving. And most people can't afford that because the price may be, oh, you have to consistently do the thing that got you what you have, right? So let's say, oh, you read a book. You read the book gave you some knowledge, you was able to make some money, but you ain't read a book since. You haven't maintained that mind, right, that was able to execute and evolve, right? You let's say you had a week where you wanted to change up your diet and you start eating more vegetables and carbs and proteins, and you had a great mix of things and you felt good for a week. So while you're feeling good, you feel like you can afford more bad. So you start eating bad. You start eating sugary foods, donuts, right? Because you're like, man, I feel good. Not realizing that you have to continue to pay the price to feel good. So you start eating negative things, right? And now the next week, you feel bad again. And now that you feel bad, you start to eat those foods again and try to feel better to get you a quick stimulus. No, it's the same thing with everything that you do in life. You have to maintain surviving, but never get stuck there. At least this is for a small percentage. See, once you are feeling good, living good, you finally got some money, you finally make a change, your habits is right. Same thing about attention, because we think about food, but we don't think about focus. And when we're talking about our focus, the things we pay attention to is a direct correlation to how we live, what we produce, what we desire, what we believe, and what we deserve. So therefore, if I'm paying attention to negative things, how is that consumption affecting my life? Well, it's programming me. Kanye West said something very powerful. Well, what becomes your truth? Well, what are you consuming? Can you be a healthy person and eat negative? Well, you can believe that something is healthy because somebody could have told you that something was healthy for you. Whole time you could have done a test for your biomarkers and find out you was allergic to it, and it's been giving you cancer. But in your mind, your truth that is healthy, but your gut knows it's not. Your gut feeling is saying, nah, this ain't the best for us, but you're ignoring your gut and you're no longer in tune, right? When we're watching negative things, balloon shows, Zeus Network, right? We're scrolling. We know that this is not things that's feeding my attention in a positive manner whatsoever. But because we are lacking long-term focus to produce will to execute, then we're seeking stimulation that makes us feel good because of our procrastination and lack of productivity. And society is full of meme lords. Algorithms are the new kings. They're replacing you with AI because they don't want the culture to run the algorithm. They want the algorithm to run the culture. Now you're much easier to control, manipulate, confuse. Now that becomes the new system, the new world, to just throw you into machines where you no longer have the desire to want more because digitally you feel like you're rich, but physically you're going to be poor. So that's like somebody sitting in a chair all day long or on the couch and playing a game. They've now become physically poor because their body atrophies. They don't work out. They don't go outside. They don't stimulate. They don't feel life. But they've created this virtual world for them to live in where they play games all day. And now they're getting these in-game skins, in-game currencies, in-game friends, but none in reality. They're not becoming wealthy and poor. They're just distracted more. But that's enough for them. And that's what's going to happen to most of society. See, it's not that Kanye West doesn't speak truth, but he's not somebody to follow because he doesn't know how to create a stream of thought that can lead people in the right direction long enough for them to be liberated and free and out of survival mode. In survival mode, you look for negative things, you look for fearful things, you look for hateful things, you look for things that may be true, but are you seeking the opposite that will free you? Because only the warriors got free. People talk about slavery, right? And they'd be like, yo, there was runaways. Well, who are the runaways? It's told in the wrong way. These were the most brave people ever to exist. They were so brave that they were willing to risk everything. I mean, death. Yeah, I mean, they knowing that they would have to most likely kill on their route. They would have to survive in mud and dirt, and they would have to fend for themselves and figure out what to eat. They would have to go against impossible terrain, but it was this yearning for freedom that was so strong that they was willing to risk it all. Only the bravest ones got free. They weren't waiting to be told. They weren't waiting for a proclamation. They was willing to risk it all because there was nothing to risk, they realized. It's not living if you don't control your will and your mind. It's not living whatsoever. So during this time, things are changing so fast that most minds cannot keep up. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to process it, right? Don't know how to utilize power. Don't understand what is the infrastructure for family. How do we utilize technology? How do we master it so it don't master us? How do I develop principles that guide me when I get lost? See, Kanye West is an example of a star that can turn into a black hole once it explodes. And it pulls all light into it. But where does it go? Where does the light go? He has the ability to, I would say, the only radical thing he can do, because he's looking to do the most radical things in the world. The only radical thing he can do is fund something radical. Ideas, revolutionaries, philosophies, a world that he wishes to live in, lobbyism, build his own cities, digital networks, get into blockchain, produce his own AIs, create decentralized institutions and systems that he wants to utilize, produce a better culture, because those who you consider to be vultures of the culture will not stop feasting on the dead carcass, especially those who are laying for the taking. They will not stop benefiting off those who are mentally, spiritually, and physically dead. So you build your own parallel world. Complaining does not give freedom. A slave who complains will never be free. Only the slave who fights, kills his master, builds his own world, is liberated. If you don't have nothing worth tearing down, because black people talk about it all the time, but if we build it, they'll destroy it. But they did this in the past. Well, why do you think they're not attacking you for what you have now? which means that you only have what they allow. So it means you have nothing at all. I would rather have something that I have to protect, that was worth building, that's worth destroying by my enemy, than to have nothing at all. So I maintain safety in their eyes, because that is accepting defeat. See, more civilizations did not run Europe because in 7-11, they didn't run Europe because they came over there with guns and they shot them up. No, they ran it through culture. They controlled the knowledge, the bathhouses. They controlled the supplies of food, right, and education and understanding. And they made themselves so indispensable that you're dependent on them, and they end up controlling things. See, media has that power, but we haven't been utilizing it in that manner. Now, the question becomes, does it matter anymore? I don't know anymore. I think that it starts with a very small, selective group of individuals creating your own councils and tribes. You sit down, you create your bylaws, and I think that there's things have to get so bad. Things have to get so bad for people to unify that you have to ask yourself, is it worth it when that thing happens? What has to happen for people to do what they should do regardless? But the reality of it is you realize that everybody's not the same. We don't all want the same thing. There's multiple different Americas. There's multiple Black Americas. There's elite class, there's middle, there's poor. And the middle is almost completely destroyed. But the elite class doesn't really want things to be destroyed because they believe that they benefit too much by having access, proximity, and resources and empire. So they will act like family sometime, but they won't really be on your team. Those at the bottom don't really understand that because they never had nothing. So they don't know what it's like to lose something. So they don't realize all the dependencies that come from the system. So the people at the bottom are always the most radical. Ye doesn't want to destroy the system. He wants extreme privilege within the system. He wants to be treated equal, like a genius, like Walt Disney. He doesn't mind the agents as long as they're not messing with him. As long as they're not effing over his money and his creativity and they treating him like God. You got to remember, in the movie Matrix, who was the one that wanted to destroy the Matrix ultimately? The one who wanted to destroy the Matrix, who was it? It was Agent Smith. He wanted to destroy the Matrix. It wasn't Neo. Neo never had an idea to destroy the Matrix. Neo just wanted superiority and power and access within it. He just wanted to know the truth. And then once he knew that truth, he wanted to have his superiority within the Matrix. And the real world and in the Matrix world, to build the Matrix world how he wants to, and to be able to go into the real world whenever he wanted to. Mr. Smith, however, he wanted to destroy it all. He wanted to get rid of the Matrix. He wanted to kill the machines. He was the most radical one in the whole thing. But see, the whole idea of the Neo existence was validated by the Matrix, because you don't need a Neo if there's no Matrix. So the machine itself, the Matrix, required that there has to be a revolution so there can be a reset and goes into a new cycle, into a new phase. The only truth of it all, do you be like Neo? Right? And remember what they had? They had a council. It was in Zion. Or do you opt out? Do you rebuild? Is it too late? Does it seem like we went too far into it to get rid of it? Do you create your own parallel world, something that benefits you? Do you integrate with the technology? What is the idea ultimately that we're going for? See, without a belief, there's nothing to achieve. What is the future you deserve? So you made it in the future, right? Let's imagine this. You're successful. You're happy. You have your family. You have your money. There's something that the future versions of our society figured out, how to live in harmony with the world, how to go from extraction and domination of resources to live in flow with our resources and have regenerative practices so that there's not excess wars and climate issues, right? And destruction of resources that people are fighting over and lies being spread all throughout the news. So there's not this constant demoralization and over sexualization of society. Future versions of us figured it out. They eat good, live good, peacefully in harmony. But what is it that they figured out? What is it, the philosophy that they live on, that even your future self and your future children figured it out? They took some things from the past, they modernized them, and they understood their future. They start thinking different and moving differently. What is that thing? As we go into a new age of Aquarius, this is the idea that there's two worlds conflicting within each other. We are in the age of the 9. A 9 represents completion. Completion represents beginning and ending. One world going out, one world coming in, which is why conflict is what I predicted at the beginning of this year. We did a video, we broke it down. And here we are. How many conflicts have we seen? From Stephen A. Smith to LeBron, to comedians going at it, right? There's so much conflict everywhere, from president to wars, to celebrities, to politicians, to all these different figures. Everybody's conflicting. Why? It's simple. Because one world is coming in and the old world is going out. It's like you get a sports analyst that don't like the fact that NBA players is taking their job. Old world, new world. Conflict. Which one wins? When the dust settles, that's the new world. So conflict is inevitable in a time of innovation because innovation and creativity within itself is destructive. Something has to be taken away and replaced so something else can come in, a new force. God is force and power, so it does not ask, what is the new God of the world? That comes down to which idea wins. What is it that you fundamentally believe about the future? What is it that you know about the future? That's a curious question. And we started civilization over now, and we only taught children positive, optimistic ideas about the future. And we guided them along this pathway for them only to produce a utopia. They would be forced to produce that because that would be the only idea they would know. But the DNA would tell a different story of a destructive and chaotic past full of trauma and issues and conflict. So they would have to get enough knowledge to know, to be self-aware, to override the programming of their DNA. And that would have to be overwritten with the truth of a vision that they will believe in so that they can create a different world than the one that currently exists today. Those who shape the future are the fathers and the mothers, the teachers, the leaders, the philosophers, the scholars, those who put the ideas in the people for them to produce, the shapers of the future. what we share, what we don't share, what we like, what we consume, what we don't consume. If we talking about Black culture, well, it should. People will tell you don't have any power, but the idea is that there's always power somewhere. We can take the very thing that we think is our weakness and turn it into our strength. We overconsume. Tweaking of habits changes the world. If somebody doesn't want you to consume their product, their business goes down. So how much power do you have as the consumer? Can't you dictate what that person produces and what they do? Because they have to then move by your terms because they're actually dependent on you. And then what happens if you decide to say, I'm no longer consuming from them, I'm only consuming from us? Could anybody be mad at that? If they were, who cares? Can't force you to buy their product. That is the one thing that you have power over, your own will. Nobody can force you to feed their family. No one can. They can't force you to buy the socks they want you to buy, listen to the music they want you to listen to, buy the food they want you to, go to their restaurants, their stores, utilize their technology. They can't force you to do any of those things. That is the very power of the consumer. They can't force you to listen to nigga music that talks about killing and murdering each other. Nobody can force that on you. Oh, they will try. They understand the psychology of the human mind and the dark desires and how to sneak these in. And without a definite culture ingrained in God, ingrained in true values, ethics, morals, virtues, you're easily swayed in one direction or the other. So first, let's destroy the spiritual connection of a people and let's replace it with their desires. Because when one does as thou wilt, then you're no longer doing what God wants you to. You do what you want to do. And we see where that got the culture. The man does what he wants. The woman does what she wants. Everybody just do what you want to do. Then that's chaos. And in a world where we have large population, people have to be organized. Because when you have motion, you have to back that up with order, laws, regulation, rules, principles, spiritual guidance, wisdom, counsel. Otherwise, we go into never-ending chaos. And aren't we there today? The way I see people utilize AI is like they've been turned into an AI, an artificially intelligent human being who does not know how to utilize their mind. Everybody utilizes Studio Ghibli and turn themselves into little cartoons because the next person did it, and do a routine because another person did it. And they don't know what to do anymore. There's no thought. There's so much power. There's so much internet. There's so much resource. There's so many tools. But what do I do becomes the question. Well, man and woman without a vision can't do anything. You're just blind, trying to lead yourself. This is the greatest time to create your own brand, your own idea, to build your own world. What's in your way? But if you have no wisdom in the mind, no vision in the mind, no philosophy in the mind, how can you get detailed about the world that you want to live? There's a version of you that knows what they want. That's why clarity is the most powerful during this time. Because once you have clarity, you can move forward. And that's all we're seeking throughout the day. Prompting is clarifying instructions so that you can get a perceived outcome from an artificially intelligent machine. When I utilize AI, I want to develop my own style so it is signature. Me utilizing somebody else's style means nothing to me. Because how can I be noticed in the sea of attention if what I do looks like everybody else? So you should be creating your own font. You should be developing your archetype, understanding how it's connected. You should be building your own designs. What is the colors? What exists in your world? When somebody creates a movie, they think about the rules of that world and how it exists. So now you can design any world that you want to. And you mean that you decide to mimic what somebody else is doing? The authenticity has to come from within and it has to resonate, and then you produce, which means you have to go in silence and darkness and connect to self. Then you utilize the tool. So the tool is not utilizing you. So you have to utilize human intelligence. So you're operating from a divine connection. When I create art, I figure out what is the style that I want to, by first identifying the philosophy that connects to the style. What is it that I want to articulate? What is it that I want to showcase? What is it that I want to emote? Then I prompt, okay, what is the artistic style that represents the ideas that I feel? Now they give me cross-reference of styles and I say, okay, this is the style that I want to use. You should be going to your brand and reproducing everything from top to bottom, because money is no longer the issue. It's no longer the money. It's the will. It is the will. When I see that people can't focus and they don't have clarity and they can't think and they can't remember a thought, I see a people who's supposed to have super minds during this time, but they artificially intelligent, don't know how to connect. And in the 20 years, 10, 5 years, the world will be, your children will be controlled. Your children will be controlled by algorithms. You have about 2 years before it's too late for you to build the type of wealth that you can maintain and thrive off of if you don't get it together now. The leaders of brands and algorithms already, those are going to be the ones that's going to be set, because when you say AI, deliver me some coffee, it's going to come through with some supermind to your door, because it's already connected to your card, and that card has your address, and that address shows up from an automated bot or gets dropped off by a drone. But you didn't tell it what kind of coffee, but it already knows you. So it's going to connect you to your favorite brand. What about a new brand that's trying to get in the game? Well, it's going to be too late, because the algorithms are going to be so strengthened that everything is going to be automated. I've been teaching this for about almost 10 years now, but most people can't listen. There's a version of yourself that can. It wakes up in the morning, they drink them some Supermind coffee, right? They connect with the lion's mane and get their brain going so that they have electricity and they have focus. They have the cordyceps, they get their body going so they have the energy to take over the day. Then they have the coffee so that they can get sparked, right, with the clarity to be able to move forward. Then there's a version of you that wakes up every day, foggy brain with the jitters, that don't know what to do with all this power that you have. Why does somebody need to tell you what to do with technology? The worst thing that can happen is you get instructions. You need to learn how to think. Philosophy is philosophy, which is the love of knowledge. Learning how to think is the key. Taking a step back, asking yourself why. What is it about you? You can't be gaslit by a machine or a person if you have self-awareness. But if you don't know yourself, then people can make you question yourself. And then that questioning, they can control you. Who are you? That's the key. During this time where we are living in a machine age, if you don't have the ability to identify who you are, then you will be controlled. You will be completely controlled, and this will decimate you. You got to be able to wake up in the morning and control your faculties. Who are you is the question. Most people know what they do. They don't know who they are. This is the difference. So when I walk around and I ask people that question, they can barely answer me. And it's sad, because it's the one thing that we should know more than anything. We should know ourselves. It's the one thing that I study above all things. So I study myself. And it's the one thing that gives me clarity as I move throughout the world. that makes me bulletproof from somebody trying to confuse me, control me, manipulate me. We all go through hard times, but do you stay in those hard times or are you learning? Are you gaining clarity so that you can evolve? I don't know what you do for your routine. I don't know how you wake up, what you do, what do you write down? But mental clarity isn't an option. It's the baseline. It's where you start. It's the protocol. When you wake up, do you feel clear? Are you operating like your future self? I wish I had my red cup because I want to sip of this so much. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, this is the best ad ever. Hey, listen, I wasn't even going to go into this, but I thought about it for a second. Man, this right here, I wake up and I'm clear. And it's that clean energy, no crash, no anxiety. Adaptogenics, the lion's mane, regrow the neural pathways, utilizing that not lion's mane. It's my focus ritual. My question is, what's yours though? Because we utilize these AIs, and these AIs just be taking away our brain, dulling our minds. What's your ritual? What's your focus? Where did it go? How do you control yourself? Do you work out? Do you journal? Do you read? Do you have a reinforcement with people around you? Somebody asks, where can they get it? It's actually, scan the barcode right here. Scan that barcode right there to give you access. You can go to asupermind.com. I haven't even ate yet, and Ramadan is over. But Ramadan was so beautiful because it was the best time for you to gain discipline and get downloads. But listen, family, make sure y'all continue to tap in. I'm going to be consistent on this channel, right? Whatever you take from these downloads that you've gotten today, I hope that you receive them. I'm not sure if you all utilize lion's mane mushroom, but you go to asupermind.com and you can get your new ritual right here so you can wake up clear, no jitters, clean energy. We utilize mushroom, the best, top of the line quality, good for that inner beauty. You understand me? If you haven't utilized nootropics, I suggest you do, because I believe in today's time, this is exactly what you're going to need. You're going to need a supermind for where we're going. Times are constantly changing, and if you're not evolving, then you're just surviving. And nobody wants to be in survival mode. The goal is to thrive. The goal is to clarify, and the goal is to execute. So I appreciate y'all tapping in as always. Make sure y'all comment below, right, what you thought about this video and what would you like for me to break down and or react to next.